Hello all and welcome to this week's Wealth Tip YouTube video. So if you're new to trading or just starting out, then this video has been created with you in mind. Now today we're going to be sharing 7 tips for those of you just starting out. And these 7 tips will allow you not only to start your trading journey the right way, but it'll also help you develop the habits and the systems required to have a successful trading career. So with all that being said, let's get started. Okay, so our first tip number 1, treat trading like a skill before treating it like a business. So if you ask anyone that has been trading for a while, that has been experiencing any sense of consistent profitable returns over a longer period of time, how you should approach trading, then there's a high chance that they would respond saying that you should treat trading like a business. Now, although I agree completely with this statement, and I believe that it's very, very true, it's not entirely accurate, especially if you're the one asking and you're the one that's starting out. Essentially, the truth is, before you can treat trading like a business, you must first treat trading like a skill. Because you see, no doctor opens their own practice without completing their residency, and no footballer plays in a world-class team without having to go through trials, and no actor or actress lands a big role without going for auditions. So if you want to start out as a trader, then your prime objective is to grow your skill and understanding about the markets. Now, this means that you are able to understand why the market does what it does and how you can capitalize on these movements. Tip number 2, have a trading system. Now, before we get into this one, it's very important to know that there is a difference between having a trading system and having a trading strategy. Now, when we talk about a trading system, what we're talking about is a process that you go through when identifying opportunities within the market. So, for example, before taking a trade, this is the process that I go through each time. So firstly, a watch list. So over the weekend, I would flag pairs that I think would offer potential opportunities within the coming week. Now, after I had done this, then I would go to forecasting. And this is where I would play out every possible scenario that could present itself in the market open. So this ensures that I'm not taken by surprise, but rather that I'm prepared for any eventuality. And then planning. Now, when I talk about planning, I'm a firm believer in the saying that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And once I've created my watch list and completed my forecasting, then I plan out what I would need to see in order for me to get involved in the trade. Because in my forecasting, I can create a very basic layout of how I would like to get into the market and how I would ultimately manage the trade. And then my setup. And this is a standard setup that I have that is unique to my trading strategy, and I would use these setups to determine whether there is a viable opportunity or not. Now, I don't get involved in any trade unless my setup criteria is met. Then my risk management. So if the trade criteria is met, then I calculate my risk before getting into the trade, and this ensures that I'm able to protect the account from any potential losses. Now, once I'm done with that, then I move over to my trade management. And once I'm in the position, I will then proceed to manage the trade accordingly. So you see, by having a system, you're far less likely to fall into the trap of carelessly opening and closing positions, chasing trades that has already gone, and going back and forth trying to find the next winning trade. So if you have a trading system that you'd like to share, write it down in the comment section below, and you never know, it could help someone a great deal. Tip number 3, have rules. Now, I remember early in my career, I was part of a community of traders, and we were all learning how to trade, and as a result, we all made a fair amount of mistakes along the way. Now, for me, my mistake was poor risk management and poor trade management, and I also didn't really know how to control my emotions, so I would make impulsive decisions, and that will ultimately cost me not only money but several trading accounts in the process. Eventually, I took a step back and I began reviewing my trades, and I learned that I took positions that had absolutely no merit. Instead, all I was doing was nothing more than glorified gambling. So I had realized that what I lacked were rules, because although I had the knowledge about trading and I had a fairly limited knowledge about trading, it was enough for me to understand how price moves and how I was able to capitalize on those moves. So I began investing a lot of my time in implementing trading rules. For example, one of the rules, or one of the many rules I would have, would be to take trades where the potential risk to reward is 1:2. Another rule was I would only trade with the overall trend of the market, and the only way any trade would be closed was if it hit my stop loss. So once I had rules written down, it was cemented in stone, and I didn't break any one of my rules. And as a result, I was able to gradually make back all of the money I had lost over time. And it was at that moment I realized that there is no consistency without rules. So tip number 4, use a stop loss. So far, we've gone through some helpful tips, but in my opinion, none of these tips means anything if you neglect to implement this one. James Clear writes in his book Atomic Habits that you rise to the level of your goals and you fall to the level of your systems. And in all my years of trading, I've seen people rise to the top of the mountain only to fall far below it simply because they don't use a stop loss. And there are many traders out there that advocate for not using any stop losses. But in my experience, the one thing that every trader that blows an account has in common is that none of them use stops. So one of the reasons stop losses is such a problem for many traders is because it forces them to face the inevitable reality that when it comes to trading, with a stop loss, you will lose. But I've yet to meet a successful trader that hasn't lost. You see, the moment you are able to embrace losing, that's the day that fear loses its grip on you, and ultimately you'll be able to have a carefree state of mind when you're trading. Tip number 5, journal your trades. This was one of the hardest things to be consistent at when I started trading. You see, I hated journaling, especially journaling my losses. So if you're starting out and you're not entirely sure what I mean when I say journal your trades, I'm simply saying record the trade data. Now, when I started trading, I didn't really know what data to record. And so my trade journal was a bunch of sentences that didn't really tell me anything other than if the trade was a win or whether it was a lose. Now, before I give you these 3 categories, it's very important to understand why journaling is so important. You see, the objective of a trade journal is to record information that will help you do these 3 things: to reflect, to improve, and to refine. Now, in a later video, I'll go into a lot more depth regarding that. But for now, this is the objective of your trade journal. Now, in order to achieve this, you need to record specific information that will allow you to reflect on each trade individually and also collectively. So improving your approach by reviewing collective data and ultimately refining your trading system by removing what doesn't work and improving what does. First category is time and date of the trade. This is where you can review the exact time you got into the trade. Second category is your currency pairs. So this is the currency pairs that you were trading at the time of executing the position. So over time, you'll begin to see what currency pairs you trade most, and as a result, you can refine your watch list accordingly. Then you have direction. Was this the buy or sell? Then entry price. So this is the price that you enter the trade on. The next category is your stop loss size. How big was your trade stop loss? So after collecting enough data, you'll determine what is the average stop loss size that you generally use. And then your reason for entry. This is the list of reasons that you've entered the position. So after collecting enough information, you will ultimately be able to determine what are the common technical factors of your winning trades, and then from there refine your trade strategy to a point where this encompasses only those technical factors of your winning trades. And then return in percentage. This is the result of your position in percentage. Tip number 6. So view your returns in percentage. So there are several ways traders measure their returns. It's either in pips, in money, or in percentage. Now, we advise all our students to view their returns in the latter, simply because it's much easier to calculate the rate of return in percentage than it is to calculate it in a monetary value. And then the last and final tip is enjoy yourself. The one thing we tell all our students is to enjoy the process. And if you're not enjoying it, then you're doing it wrong. You see, the truth about trading is that when it comes to trading, it comes with its fair share of challenges, just like anything else worth pursuing. So moving forward, always remember, treat trading like a skill before treating it like a business. Have a trading system, have rules, use a stop loss, journal your trades, and review your percentage in return, and more importantly, enjoy yourself. So if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, consider hitting the subscribe button and become part of our community. And remember that the secret to wealth is to trade, invest, and prosper. Up until next time, keep well and bye for now.